this episode, Retro Ralph will take off his shirt. Oh yeah. In this episode, Justin will only be in the left speaker. That's stupid. How about the right speaker? That's even more dumb. How about both speakers? That's awesome. I can feel it. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Hold on.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. Hold on.
It's actually oh Lord.
Whatever.
Did you know that? It's actually oh Lord.
I didn't actually know that. Now
I always thought it was hold on.
Cool. It's okay. There was a. Never mind. I'll shut up now. Justin, this is a really long intro.
I know, we should really cut it down.
We should. It should be 60 seconds. 9, 8.
How about 5 seconds?
Probably. All right, we better get ready. It's almost go time.
All right, hey, yeah. None of this goofing around stuff. All right, what's going on, guys? Hey, Ralph, what's up?
What's going on? How are
Not
you?
much.
Whoa, that was very high pitch. What's going on?
What's going on? So today we're going to do something special. Today is our E3 prediction episode. I think today we're probably going to talk a lot about Arcade1up, but we're going to do a little bit of ground rules first. When we get into the predictions, we're going to talk about what you think Arcade1up will come out with, and maybe that could be different from what you wish it would be. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But also, there was a leak that surfaced this week. We're not going to talk about that leak at all to be respectful to Arcade1up. We know in the past that Arcade1up, some of the leaks that come out have actually hurt them, and so we want to be mindful of that. So please don't talk about it in the chat. They're totally going to talk about it in the chat now, aren't they? Totally. Because I told them not to. Now they're going to. But please don't. Exactly, so anyway, right. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And Ralph, I think, I don't know. This feeling's weird. The whole thing,
what do you
right?
mean?
Well, you know, we've been doing this for over a year now, right?
Yeah. Well,
and it kind of makes me think, like, we should be doing this, like, at E3, right?
I know. That was... Do you guys realize that this podcast show, whatever you want to call it, was organically grown out of your guys' excitement at the weird, almost... very rudimentary show that Justin and I did at CES last year. I mean, we really...
Not that it's really gotten any better since then, you know, in quality.
I mean, what do you want? But this show literally wouldn't have been even born. You guys got us so excited at CES. And, you know, one thing that Justin and I agreed on going into CES is we're not going to check out anything in advance. We want to try, you know, whether we succeeded or not is up to you guys, but it seems like from the feedback we did, we're like, let's bring them to CES somehow. So we got us, like Justin and I were talking about it. I'm like, man, it's kind of a bummer because since then we haven't even been able to do that ever again because of, you know, COVID and everything else going on. So we hope that we can do that again, but we wanted to sort of like bring you back in time a little bit and comment on some of the old stuff, especially for those of you that maybe weren't around during that time.
That's right. So we'll give you a quick peek at that, right? I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, look, it's Johnny!
Hey, he's back!
Look at those, dude. 2020. That's the little baby version of the Legacy Edition, right?
Yeah, that's before they tweaked it. Yeah.
And that's you
What is
going,
that?
wait, it doesn't come with speakers? Not dual speakers?
Oh, man, Mikey. I love Mike. And there's David McIntosh.
Yeah.
That's some dude that's like, hey, is that guy that's bad at Frogger? Oh, no, you didn't put this in there, did you? Oh, no, why'd you do that? Yeah, how does this thing work? Okay, that's weird.
Jundy's like, yeah, just stop. I want you to stop.
Hey, those handhelds look so much cooler than, where did those little micro consoles go
I know,
to?
we need
That was
them.
so cool. It's the counter cane.
Hey,
that guy looks like
Tech
my
Junkie
brother.
1, thank you for becoming a member.
Hey, that cab was pretty cool. We really liked that at
That was, and you got to review
yeah.
it later, and you really loved it.
It was actually really good. It still stands as one of my favorite ones of theirs. Frogger.
Hey,
No,
it's my favorite cabinet.
Yeah, so and I did beat David for the second time, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what John's vibe was with this, but we'll just...
Do you remember that? Remember with everyone was sharing what their favorite game was?
Yeah, back then you could like lick the microphone because there was no COVID. Well, we didn't know it yet. Everyone's all...
Hey, look,
Oh, wait,
it's
would
the
you put this in there?
it's the iArcade.
Oh, that's the fart guy. Oh, no. Hey, Bernie! You did awesome on this. I haven't seen this video yet. Hey, it's Celia from formerly of HyperKid, that you guys were
right.
saying inappropriate things during the live chat. Yeah. Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah. I thought I was watching this back. She's so good,
She
right?
is so good at what she does. Yeah. She's a great marketing person. Like, she's a perfect example of someone that's excited about their products and knows them in and out.
So I encourage you.
Yes. Okay.
Your passion, is this.
It is.
And it's not that day job. But I think one day maybe
We're gonna make this happen.
we're gonna make this happen.
We're gonna make this happen. I think so too. We're gonna own. Maybe we will own the world like Arcade1up wants to. Because you can, if they can do it, anybody can. They were selling goddamn Hatchimals like a year ago. I mean, seriously, they went from Hatchimals to the biggest at-home arcade company. Why can't anybody else? You, me,
Yeah.
console kits, AK Justin. You can do whatever you want. You just
Did I
gotta
just
apply
say you
yourself to
and
it.
console
That's-
kits?
that's-
Yeah.
it's true. Right now, I
I don't
wanna
think you
say the
remembered my
line
name.
that George McFly said. And what's that line?
If you put your mind to it,
You can accomplish anything. All right, now do we have to hug? That's probably it. That's probably the end of the show.
all right.
Do we have to hug?
I think we have to hug.
All right, let's
We
hug.
were so much skinnier then.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Oh,
like 30
God.
pounds ago.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
we're
we're both
out.
kind of fat now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, it
I'm,
kind
a
of
little
hopefully.
I'm like happy and depressed at the same time.
That's right. I think it's called bittersweet. So anyway,
there
yeah. Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring that type of level of, but we're gonna have fun today because we're gonna talk about our predictions. And let's start with yours, Ralph, and then we'll engage with the audience and see.
First of all,
what
that hug was a little weak. When we do get back together again, that was like a weird. It was kind. We kind of like air hugged it.
it was weird though, the chairs and all that, whatever.
Yeah, we'll get closer next time. Paul says that hug was terrible, by the way. So,
We'll get
no, that was-
closer next time.
All right, everyone put a 1 in the chat for Justin putting that together. That was really quick that he put that together, and that's pretty cool. If you liked it, put a 1. If you didn't like it, don't say anything. Just
Okay then.
But we don't want to hear from you. All right, so
Yeah.
my predictions. Okay, I know that I'm probably going to be a little bit off the rails with my predictions, but I think, okay, even though the Outrun sit down, in a lot of people's mind, it was goofy, it was too small, it looked weird, whatever you want to say. The one thing I never heard from people is that no one said it's not fun. Yes, you don't look cool playing it, but everyone loved it. Code Mystics did such a great job with emulation and everything. I think that was a hit in a way, even though a lot of people were very critical of it. So I think Arcade1up's like, I think they're going to go with another racer. Now, I don't think they're going to go out of the Sega family. I think they're going to stay in the Sega family. And I think they're going to go for the game that they know can have a really big impact on their community. And I know people are going to say, well, they can't do it. The technology isn't there. But I think it really is. I think the game they're going to go with, they're going to want to hit us. Nope, it's not Cruising USA. It's a Sega game. They're going to hit us with Daytona USA.
What?
I think at E3, they're going to announce. It's not going to be available right away, but I think they're going to announce Daytona USA.
You really think so?
And it's going to mind blow everyone. Everyone's like, what? USA?
I'm gonna mind blow you right now, because put a 1 in the chat if you think Ralph is accurate, and put a 0 if you're like, you are nuts, man. There's no Daytona coming, and let's see how foolish you look, man.
Wait, what is what? I don't
0
remember.
for no, you're
it says it.
wrong.
Okay.
And 1 is, yeah, he's right. They're gonna do Daytona. Let's see
Oh,
what
wow,
the
look at that split.
Look at it.
Oh,
Look at it.
wow,
Look at it
this
go.
is
Look at it go.
very- Don't be influenced. Don't you guys be influenced. Do what's in your heart. Do what's in your heart. Don't
Remember,
listen to
you
your
can
brain.
only
I
vote
never
1,
listen to
so
my-
don't need to spam it. And
Just
remember,
remember-
we're looking. The
I'm not
Dominic,
trying
you
to-
said 0.0. That doesn't count. It has to be exactly the character 0.
And I'm not trying to defend my position, but I never do anything with my brain. It's only my heart. So do it with your
It
heart.
looks like your heart is wrong.
It's been wrong many times before. Oh, they don't agree with that one?
I don't.
It's kinda- what was the percentage?
I
Bring
actually
it
took
back
it
up.
down because the nose getting stronger.
So Justin has a theory that I actually agree with. Sometimes, do you guys think, do some of you guys look for the result and then you're influenced by the result?
For the next time, we won't reveal it. Okay. When
Okay,
we do
good.
another one.
Do you want to do yours next? Because we'll go back and forth.
Okay, fine.
Or do you? Or I think that'd be
We'll
fun.
we'll
go
do
back
this
and
just
forth.
one time, and then we'll go to the audience and let them give us what
Okay,
their title
okay,
is. Okay? So it's you, me, then everybody else. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so I am thinking that they're going to come out with something on par with like Star Wars. Like this, they need something big, right?
Ooh.
So the Star
behind that.
Wars Atari cabinet, right there, that blew us away. It was almost like, they put it like almost like on a trophy. That was E3 last year, right? Or no, the year before that. 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. I was at that, and I missed I was 5 minutes late from them pulling the thing, but when I got there, I was like, because they did have it up on that like pedestal, so it was almost like, oh, but it was really cool. It was really cool to see. Okay, sorry, I got excited.
Right. So let's go with. I'm gonna have to change this up, right? So we're gonna have to be specific. So would you say Star Wars trilogy? Let's say Sega Star Wars.
Well, this is your prediction. Oh, what do I think? This is yours, dude.
Yeah, I think if they come out with something like I'm filling out a form real quick and I have to.
You're okay.
So I think we're gonna get something big that no one knows about.
Oh,
that has not been hinted in any way.
Okay.
And it's something big like a Sega, like the Star Wars trilogy. So to mix it up, because I don't want to use the 0s and 1s again, because that's so recent in the poll. I just put up a new one. If you think I'm wrong, put in N for no, and then put in Y for yes, and that's the only character you put in the chat. Let's see how ungodly wrong I am. Right? Yeah, it's a big no. It's a wait a second, wait. Oh,
are you getting some love here?
Look, here we go. Little love is coming our way. Come on,
coming your way, technically.
Coming my way, right? Oh, I promise. I wasn't. Everyone's just gonna agree with the ends, right? Because they saw the ends, and then I forgot to do the thing where we hide the poll while we ask the question.
Oh crap!
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
There's a lot of no's.
There's a lot of no's. Man, there's some hate going. No, I guess it's not hateful to disagree with me. It's not hateful. And Rudy Roundhouse, or Roundhouse Rudy, as we like to call him, he's like M for maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly people disagree with me.
Okay.
But now I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to the filter, okay? So I have this ready. And
I like this.
Right now, I typed in E3. And E3, if you type in E3 in the chat, make it be the very first thing in the chat. And then put in your title prediction. I'd like to hear from you.
Do you think we should just start calling him just Rudy? Because I always get it wrong. It's like Sinden Sidon. It's like our new thing. So let's just say Rudy.
So he is
Roundhouse Rudy sounds more natural.
Well, I think why is because you're like it's Retro Ralph, not Ralph Retro. That's what you're thinking.
I guess.
It's a verb
Oh
noun.
no!
type of-
It says AtGames is set to reveal Ralph's second box at E3. We could thank you for the super chat, Stringer. We can maybe touch on that in a little bit because there's more AtGames box drama coming my way. So yeah, that's not too far from the truth. Okay, Zohar has something to say. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. He says, if Killer Instinct was announced and Cruisin' uses the same engine, that means 100% Cruisin' is next. Daytona is way out in 2022. Okay,
Oh, I
fair
see.
enough. So Zohar's got his position. He's made the position.
All right, I got a few
happened?
here. Oh, okay. All right, so I made a quick poll based on a couple cherry picks that I made. It's just different things all. So we'll check out where we at. Okay, so type A if you think it's going to be a House of the Dead. Type B if you think it's going to be E3. I'm sorry, it's going to be Tron. Type C if you think it's going to be Narc.
Wait, where did we get these? Who got these?
I picked
Is
them
this
right
what-
there. Look on the right-hand side. You can see the person's name. Brandon said it.
Oh,
Nick
these are just
said it.
random. These are just random. This is just people saying what they think. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and then
I didn't
D
follow.
for Pac-Man and E for NFL Blitz.
If someone says Pac-Man, Zohar's gonna literally just like he's gonna shoot through his ceiling.
So what do you think, Ralph? If they came out with a House of the Dead, how would they pull it off?
So here's the problem with House of the Dead is I think they could probably get. I can't remember what hardware 3 ran on. I struggle with these because Time Crisis 1 can run on Time Crisis 1 can run on some pretty low end stuff. And House of the Dead 1 can run on some lower end stuff. It's 2 and 3 that start getting more graphically intensive. So if you're going to do a cab like that, I almost feel like you have to do, like if you're doing Time Crisis, you do 1, 2, and 3. 4 is going to be too powerful. And so you're not going to go there. Where I feel like House of the Dead's the same way. You can only go up to like 3, and 3 is going to be a challenge, I think, for their hardware. So I want to say House of the Dead because I feel like that's such a slam dunk, and they already have the Sega relationship. But it's tough. But they got to double down on the light gun stuff. They have to. I just feel like
Yeah, what you found is like even if you cover light guns, you buy different light guns, like there's a demand for it. There's a market out there,
dude,
clearly.
I'll tell you this: whenever I do a light gun video, people go berserk. And it's like I'm pretty close with Wicked Gamer, and it's same thing for him. Whenever he does any light gun footage, people love it. I think those games are just any game with unique controls. I feel like people just love because it's not something. It's something where sure you can emulate it, but the unique controls make it an experience that's different.
Sure. Yeah, you know? I 100% agree with you. Okay, so what about maybe you can ask me about E3 or about Tron? What do you think?
Well, Tron would obviously be doable on the hardware. It's not a super demanding game.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely.
older. You need to have the flight stick looking thing. So it's got a unique control.
Now I can't remember. Was Tron a part of the ones that a while back they said like they basically promised Dragon's Lair? Is that right? And then they revealed Dragon Lair. Was Tron kind of almost promised? I don't remember.
I don't think they've ever talked about Tron to I'm thinking about all the conversations we've ever had with John D. He's maybe brought up, it probably was in his list of, we could, but think about how many games were in the we could list. I guess if that was going to be a possibility, I guess we'd have to figure out, is there a demand for Tron? You know what I mean? And if so, that's
Tron's
interesting.
another, it's a custom control, right?
Which would make it difficult to mix other games. You know what I mean? Because
with
what
all
do you
of these,
pair
it's
with
like
it?
what are you gonna pair with it? Yeah.
E3 announced of Tron for 2022 release 40th. Is that the 40th? Would that be the 2022? Would be the 40th anniversary of Tron? Okay, that's a good data point. See that I like data points.
Yeah.
I like data. That's a good data point. I like that.
So what about from Nick? He says Narc.
So Narc is a 3-button game. You've got your rocket launcher, you've got your jump, and your punch.
This guy knows his Narc, huh?
Yeah, so it's a 3-button game, so you could mix other games in, but I don't know what. But Narc is a definite, Narc is a Williams title that's iconic. It's iconic. It's got a cool shaped cabinet, even though it kind of looks like a microwave or a washer dryer up and down kind of thing. But it's It's iconic. I think the challenge is, what do you pair with it? But I would buy a standalone. If someone told me I could get because I've been looking for a Narc forever and I've been losing every time. If someone told me I could have a standalone Narc, that would compel me. That'd be compelling to me. There's certain games I think they could get away with. Like Tron, you might be able to get away with just Tron. I think people would buy just a Tron. Would they buy just an Arc? I would, but I don't know if I'm the majority there.
That's
Would
an
you
interesting.
guys buy just an Arc? With
They
only an
always
Arc?
find games to throw in there, though. They always
know.
do, and especially since they're not doing the whole like we don't put the titles on the front, we just do a coin door. You can pretty much slip any game in there as long as the controls match. Now, Hobby Hands, thank you for the super chat. He says Tron is a Disney property. Would that make it more difficult? I don't think it would. And here, what do you think, Ralph? Like, Tron being a Disney property, they've done other things that are owned by Walt Disney, you know,
Yeah.
like as a whole. So anything Marvel, the Star Wars. So all I'm guessing like if they already have a good reputation within the Walt Disney Corporation. So once you're in, you could probably get you could probably get a license for like Pixar games if they had them, you know?
Yeah.
Because they call their connections and be like, hey, can we talk to them? And it may even be the same department now. I don't know. A lot of those intellectual property companies, you know, it's similar departments.
You know what kind of gives me ideas sometimes? If you go to like, I can't remember if it was the PS2. I can't remember if it was, or maybe it was even the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a Williams, there were so many of these that came out. They were like greatest hits disc things that like had a bunch of packaged games. So imagine if you did Narc, could you get away with doing like, there was a PlayStation disc that came out and it was 6 great arcade games in one package. Could you bundle, I know it's weird with the control layout, but could you bundle like Defender, Sinistar, and like Robotron and Joust with it? You know what I mean? Or something like that. I know those all have unique control layouts, but could you do something like that and would people buy it? You know, because
but let's get to the real thing. This is the one that's we can all agree on, right? They're going to come out with a Pac-Man. Look, I mean, Pac-Man won.
That is
Pac-Man won. 27% people are like, yeah. 27% of the people threw away their vote on Pac-Man.
Oh, that's a good point, dude. Wait. Gorf was Williams, right? I have one behind me. Hold on. I think Gorf is Williams, right? No, Gorf is Midway. So, but Tron isn't Midway, right? I forgot who did Tron. Who does Tron?
I don't remember.
Tron's not Midway, right? Oh, it is Midway. Yes. No, that'd be perfect. Actually, Tron and Gorf would be good.
Oh,
that'd be a cool cabinet. That's a good call, Brad.
Nice job,
People would
Brad.
That's actually a good idea. Oh my gosh, that's a good idea.
Dude, Don Chaffee, check out his idea. E3 countercades like Street Fighter and NBA Jam. Would you do like a one-player NBA Jam then?
I love that, but I feel like what has been the reluctance for horizontal? I feel like you could break through the countercades if you could do some horizontal countercades, right?
Yeah, and
if someone gave me a Street Fighter
it was coming. A horizontal countercade was coming.
I know, but they haven't done anything with them.
But see, here's the thing. To be honest, here's the thing. It won't be announced at E3. I don't think the countercade lineups will be like, ta-da!
Yeah, that might be a CES thing.
No. I think they'll just show up.
They'll just show up. Yeah,
they'll just show up.
Look at the big brain on Brad. Thanks for the super chat string. All right, there's no way Arcade1up there's no way Arcade1up haven't cracked Model 2. Okay, I guess there's
like Sega Model 2.
Yeah, he's saying I think they can. What do you bundle with Daytona though? Can't do Daytona 2 True. Older stuff. I know. See he's like debunking my thing.
So could they throw like one of the games that was in
like
the
make older
Outrun?
Games? Maybe that's what you do. That might piss people off, but I feel like that's
they did it with Marvel and X-Men, right? They would be like, we got a new cabinet, but it's
actually Virtua Racing, because that's Sega.
What about Golden Tee Complete?
Not gonna happen.
Oh,
that's like so he's never gonna happen. Like I think Golden Tee, if they do a Golden Tee again, I just don't feel. Problem is that Incredible Technologies make so much money from their IP selling what they sell that I just don't think they see it. I don't think they want to do it.
All right.
I also think they're freaked out that people will hack their stuff. Their stuff is super hard to hack. They have a security chip and they have an IO board. You can't play their stuff without it for the most part. So I think Incredible isn't really wanting to play that game much. I think that's why they did the older titles, which are still fun, but definitely the more. Oh wow, there's something in there that's wicked inappropriate. Okay.
Wait, what?
Something in that's it's not on. I don't think it made it. It didn't make it to your tool, but it's inappropriate.
Okay. So I was thinking, I saw this one. I added
So
it
this
to the,
might come out. This might come out. So this John has talked about before. I think it probably will happen. They'll give you a retooled Golden Tee that has the old Golden Tee in World Class Bowling. He talked about that because I really don't think Silver Strike was ever ported to Android. So they did port. Incredible Technologies does have a Golden Tee port to Android.
Mm-hmm.
They do not have a Silver Strike port to Android, so that would require someone to do that. I don't think they're going to do it. So I'm sorry, I hate to burst the bubble, but I do think that Golden Tee and World Class Bowling will come at some point. I don't know if that's at E3 or not.
Right,
You got to remember, some of my like reluctance to go with a bunch of titles is that I think COVID really affected the crap out of a lot of these companies. So I think the sheer magnitude of cabinets is going to be reduced slightly. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it will be. But
So ignore the 100%. Don't let that distract you. But what would you rather have? A pinball with the Zen Universal Pack or an Arcade1up claw machine? Now, I'll tell you, Ralph, right now. When I went to the
I feel
arcade
like we've
auction,
gone from predictions to wish list.
maybe, and that's
okay.
maybe the world we live in now. So wish list is there. So when I saw the claw machine in person, there was one at the auction, and it was small. It was actually a like kind of like a 3/4 size claw
Mine's
machine.
not that one behind me. It's not that big.
No,
I'm
no,
taller than it.
No. This one was like the size of an Arcade1up on a riser.
Okay, I've seen those. They're like they have like a pedestal, and it's like it's like a smaller box. I can't remember what you call those, but
I
I've seen
wanted
those.
it.
Yeah.
I bid on it, but it went too high. And then I
How much did it
regretted
go?
it because I was like, it went for like $300 or something. But in my head, I was like, oh, if I could get it for 100, that'd be really good. And then when it sold for 300, I was like, 300 was good. And then that's when I thought, oh, I would pay $300 for a miniature claw machine. All those people that were like, Arcade1up should do it are totally right.
So the only thing with the claw machine is that thing that behind me has been really reliable. I mean, it really has. And it's old. I mean, it's probably like a 15 to 20-year-old claw machine that works perfectly fine. But they'd have to get the mechanism down pat where it was like more contained because they're kind of like they're very exposed. Like they'd have to build something that they knew would be really reliable and could ship nice. There's a little bit. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I feel like they might want to shy away from it just because of the overall serviceability, like the actual support of it. But I don't know. We got another super chat here. Thank you, Andrew. He said, "Will The Simpsons include the Japanese ROM of the same game?" We don't know because that's not technically a confirmed release, so we're not sure. We can speak to stuff that John had said in the past, but what he had said wasn't confirmed either. It was kind of him just spouting stuff out. So,
well, remember the X-Men is confirmed.
The X-Men is, yeah, of course.
And in the X-Men, someone had suggested, could you throw in a Japanese ROM for X-Men? And that was like literally, it was like he was writing it down. He was like, Cyrus, take a note. Like we could do that.
Yeah.
You know, who knows if they'll do that? But I think in my head, when the idea of starting to throw Japanese ROMs, then someone said like, I don't know if you could do that because like there could be rules and regulations that would disallow that because he's like, no, it'd be like an Easter egg, right? So he'd go to let's say he goes to Konami and he's like, hey, can you give us the Japanese ROM, and then we'll just throw it in a menu. You press up, down, down, left, right, boom, you can play the Japanese ROM. And he liked that idea. I think what I'm trying to say is I think he was looking into it to see if that was possible because he liked the idea.
Yeah.
Because I also think he was saying like it wouldn't really cost him anyone. Like he could get it for free basically.
Okay.
From the licensor,
Yeah. So David Deming says, most YouTubers already know the E3 lineup, so what are we really doing here? So there's a little bit of like some misinformation that's floating around that there's some Arcade1up NDA program that people are in and they're getting early access to that. I can 100% with zero, like 100% fact tell you there is no program that exists like that. There isn't an NDA where people are getting, there actually is no YouTuber NDA that you can sign and they'll, consider sharing a roadmap with you. If there's data that's floating out there, it's given to buyers, right, of places. And so the data would be getting out that way, but there is no, so if people know, it's because they're finding out through alternative means. It's not through Arcade1up. So there is no, I just want to make that clear. There isn't like an NDA that we've signed or anything like that to give us any information that would tell us exactly the lineup. And here's another thing that Arcade1up does quite often. If there is I don't know, let's call it like a document that goes out to buyers, there's also a bunch of games that they will showcase at these shows typically that haven't really been picked up yet. They're like concept games. Now, normally they do that at CES, but they may do that this year too. Like, so there may be a bunch of games that we don't even know about that they're thinking about. And Justin, how many times have we seen this where there's something that pops up that we have no idea about that becomes a product carried through QVC or through like HSN or something? It's HSN, Home Shopping Network, yeah.
Yeah, and there was, you remember at CES, like this last year where we were at, the day before, there was leaks, right? And there was leaks with a whole bunch of things that still haven't come out with yet. And if you looked closely at the box, it had that FBO on it, it was like, may not actually come out.
So, and Phil's right.
And it's true. The NDA that he did sign required that he dismissed the NDA, right?
So, yeah, so basically
Crap.
What I said is complete BS. And I can't even, yeah, so just don't listen to me. And plus, if you want
But I didn't sign the NDA, so I can tell you for sure that what he's saying is crap.
I will say this. Justin, let's have a fun little quick conversation. Have you ever signed an NDA with any of these companies?
AtGames.
Do you want to ask me
that was
the same
because
question?
they were going to pay me.
Do you want to ask me the same question?
Okay, have you ever signed an NDA for many of these
AtGames.
companies?
That's it. And I'm no longer a part of it, so I don't have any NDA.
It doesn't
with any
dissolve you from the NDA, though.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I think actually
the
their
time has gone
NDA
by.
said we couldn't talk about the NDA, so loophole.
I think their NDA said you will fall into a pit of fire if you say, no, I'm just kidding.
Pretty much.
It said if you ever order our pinball, if it ever comes out, you'll never get the second box. All right. It's Jeff Rainwater says, you're wrong.
Oh, sorry.
I'm in the NDA program. Don't be jealous. Okay.
Yeah. And Zohar says, sorry, but this needs to be said. By the way, he pays me extra on the side
To
if
do
I
that.
emphasize.
To do
Yeah,
that.
it's like
I see
every
that.
super chat that I put out, I'll kick you double on the side, but you have to really bring it. And I'm like,
I can
okay.
tell 'cause you do it
And I
every
don't
time,
split
but
that
yeah.
with you, Ralph, so I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, so he goes, sorry, but this needs to be said. You guys need John D back on. He needs to be the third person in your podcast. He started your channel, and it is your obligation to have your fans bring him back. Imagine a thumbnail of him, guaranteed 1 million views.
Wow. We have never gotten 1 million views ever, but that would be crazy. Lewis is backing me up. Thank you, buddy. He says Ralph is telling the truth. Thank you very much, Lewis. I appreciate you backing me up there.
For the first time on this channel, Ralph's actually being honest.
Oh, wow.
Okay, guys, let's get back to the predictions. I think we need to switch.
Okay,
we're gonna
here's an
switch the
interesting one.
filter.
Andy says all the YouTubers have their videos made and just waiting for the embargo to be lifted. That is not true in relation to, in this particular scenario we're in right now with E3. If someone takes the time to make a video, it's based on whatever information they find, but it's not information coming from Arcade1up.
Hey, remember that one time you and I made a couple videos and we waited until we were gonna they announced it, and then they didn't announce it, and they're still sitting in YouTube unlisted, and and if you watched them right now, they would look like morons. So everybody type in "wish" and then the title that you wish Arcade1up comes out with at E3. This is different than your predictions, because up to this point,
don't we have one more prediction each still left?
Sure, we can. Okay, let's do our prediction while that fills up. There's only 3 people that filled in, so go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going out on a limb here a little bit, because I don't know whether Buck Hunter was successful or not. It appears to be, but what made
I heard they're sold out now because it's hacked. Is that right?
Have you checked? Shut up. So, well, I can say with certainty that Time Crisis runs on their PCB because it does. so they could get Time Crisis to run. Now I feel like they've given so much love to so many of these other companies. Namco happens to hold on to some really cool IP for gun games, and Time Crisis 1 and 2 would be those. Now 2 is a little bit more intensive than 1. 3 is way more intensive than 2, or 3 is way more intensive than 1. So that's where I'm reluctant to say, if Namco does Time Crisis, what do they pair? Or if Arcade1up does Time Crisis, what do they pair with it? But I guess what I'll do is I'll say this: I'm not gonna, even though this is kind of a lame prediction, I'm not gonna put a game on it other than I will have Time Crisis on it. I believe they'll do another one. They'll do Time Crisis, even though House of the Dead would be a shoe-in guarantee. I think they're gonna wait for House of the Dead. I'm gonna say House of the Dead is a CES release.
Okay, you notice the pattern that Ralph is doing. He's basically just like, okay, I want cabinets that have unique controls. I want a steering wheel and I want a gun. So I'm going to go the other way, Ralph.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, they're going to go with a oversized Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat that's live.
Oh, okay.
That has normal sticks and button controls on it, 6-button layout, 2 players.
Okay. I can get behind this, by the way.
If it is a larger one, they'll finally do it. It'll have some type of higher quality sticks.
So all right. So let me. I want to recap this. So they're gonna go bigger, right?
They're gonna go better.
Okay, they're gonna go bigger and they're gonna go better and they're gonna. What game is it gonna be? Street Fighter, or is they gonna go Mortal Kombat, or you don't know?
I'm gonna go with the Street Fighter.
Capcom. Okay, so it's gonna be a Capcom. So you think it's gonna be a bigger, closer to full size machine with Street Fighter on it, some sort of collaboration of Street Fighter stuff, and then Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Like they'll go the Wi-Fi route because it's like a premium product. Okay.
Yeah.
Now all right.
Now, not to insult Zohar here. I think they'll do that for Mortal Kombat. I think he knows that too. It just will come afterwards.
Okay.
Because those will be... They won't have them compete. They'll be different seasons.
Okay, real quick, I want to get to, there was something that, oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Well, first of all, thank you, How to Bachelor, for the super chat. He says, smash that like button, check out their socials and merch. Thank you very much, my friend. And go check out How to Bachelor in return. Very good friend of the show.
He will teach you how to Bachelor. That's
very
why.
Good friend of the show. He does cookbooks. He does freaking everything. Gameplay,
dude, if you're a bachelor,
everything.
he'll teach you how to.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Purple Doge 7.
Which, by the way, is at like 70 cents now, dude.
Oh, my God.
I think it's going to be $1 by tomorrow.
Oh, wow. All right. So he said, what about Point Blank with Time Crisis? I love that comment because that's a really good idea. And I forgot about that. So you got it. You got a second game.
Boom.
So we got Time Crisis 1, Point Blank, and something. So I feel like that cabinet is doable.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. It would be cool if they did the trilogy, but they'd have to put in like a pretty beefy processor to get the 2 and 3, right?
Yeah. And now, so here's the one thing that I want to get everyone's opinion on this. I think that they could totally kill it in the pinball space if they did this. Now, this is not at all based on any data other than in my brain. If I worked at Arcade1up, this is what I would tell them to do.
So this is not based on any NDA and any paperwork that they gave you yesterday.
Shut up. He's joking, guys. I'm serious. He is.
Yeah, I am. I'm messing with him hardcore.
Yeah, don't. Seriously, please. We don't need those rumors flying around. This is what I think they could do. If they want to really put a stake in the ground in the pinball
Dude,
space.
I just realized you're really turning into ETA Primary now. That's how you do it? You get your arms out like that?
If they really want to he's not like
okay, if they really want to do it, what are they going to do?
This is what they need to do.
Wi-Fi 1080p.
Well, yes. They're already friends with Zen, right? Get over this 10-game nonsense. We're done with it. We're done. Do this thing where they go, Zen, give me the 32-inch playfield, beef up that PCB, get the active back box. I don't care. We're gonna charge people $1,200 for this. We're gonna let you. We're gonna put 10 of our games, our games on here, but it's gonna run FX3 or 2 or whatever it is. It's gonna be run something that's better than the current Android versions. But you can buy from our catalogs, so you'll have access to the whole Zen suite, and you have DLC. But you have a great. But now you're not limited. It's not like this is only Universal or this is only whatever. And because
You know how
to
they
get
can
around
do
the
it, right?
license-
You know how they do it, right?
to get around the
They build the next one, and they'll still sell 3. They still sell 3 of them, right? But
sure.
whichever one you buy comes loaded with that pack. But you can add the other packs from the other 2. But if you buy the different pack, it comes loaded with that one. But you can buy the packs from the other one.
You go full on. You go full balls out. You go full on. You go, look, we're not only going to do that. We're going to sell you because we want to upsell you. We want to build a platform. Guys, listen to me. They need to build a platform. I know this is sounding
I hear
very
what you're saying, but you know what
ALU-ish.
they need to do? They should, to save money on shipping. Hear me out. Save money on shipping. They'll ship them separately, but here's the ticket. Like, this is so simple. They put a big 1 of 2, 2 of 2 on the box.
No, all right. That's the thing they
So
shouldn't
they actually
do.
show up together.
No, oh, but they're separate boxes?
Yeah,
or they're not?
and they connect a string
No.
between the boxes. Dude, I'm going to just say it.
Can I tell them the box story
Tell them real quick.
Okay, so guys, I will tell it fast. I've been waiting for the AtGames Legends Ultimate. I'll do this super quick. I bought it once and I cheated the system. I wasn't in the wave reservation thing and
So
they
they
credited
kicked
my
you
money
out.
back. They kicked me out. Literally within like
Second
24
try.
hours, they're like, so then the second try, I was like, oh yeah, Sam's Club, here we go.
And then what
Bought it.
happened?
Only one box showed up.
Only one box showed up.
So the
But which
the
box
recourse-
was it?
It was the playfield, so you got that. Just
So
no
you can
speakers.
kind of play it.
Not really. You just can't hear it unless you want to have the fart box. So anyway, so then my third try, I got it in the legitimate, Wave 5062. And today I got a notice. So I got a notice yesterday that said, "We're sorry. One of your boxes, yep, the tag was not legible. So we're relabeling it and you'll get it sometime in the future." But it said the box 2 of 2 is coming. So the back box was coming today. So I get home.
So
from
he,
running
at
my
this
son-
point, he's like, I've seen what the playfield looks like, but I shipped it back because they didn't come. And now they got the back box coming to me, but I don't have the playfield. But it gets worse.
So the back box was supposed to come today, and I get to my door, and the FedEx tag is on the door, and it's like, "We'll try again." I'm like, "No!" I'm like, "Why does no one want?" Like, say, come on, guys, seriously. At some point, it's really comical. It feels to me, and this has nothing to do with AtGames. It's just sometimes the universe says things to you, and I think it's saying to me, "You're never gonna have one."
This is what we're gonna do. Okay.
Okay.
So we got the wishes, and we're gonna come back to that for a second. And I'm gonna put up everything he just said about Zen, making it where it's a platform. My idea
Access
as well.
to the full suite.
They come out with 3 new titles, so you can get the artwork the way you want it, and it'll come with the game, but you can add games on it, and it's Wi-Fi, it's 1080p, it's freaking awesome, right?
That's
Hit
not
0
You
if you're
took it
like,
a little direct.
nope.
You took it a little different though. I was gonna propose it was
0 is like,
multi-artwork.
no, don't want it. 1 is you do. You're
This
saying
is
it's
just wish list. This is
You're
you
thinking
want
it's
it.
a
I was thinking it was one offering, and they basically Zen graphic it up. It's like, here's just a mashup of
multi-KD?
artwork. Yeah, it's multi-cade. It's not. There aren't. Now that goes against their thing, but that's what I think they should do.
You're saying 1 if you like any of that, and no if you hate all of that.
Okay. But this is wish list stuff. I don't think they're gonna do this. I think they could do it. There's got to be a way.
I think
to
this
do
is what
it.
people want. I think it's what people want.
You want to know what I could say that'd be very controversial on this topic? I think that right now, they may not be losing this battle from a competitive standpoint yet, but if they don't rethink the strategy on the pinball, I think they will, because the perception is that there's not enough variety of games.
Yeah.
Whether
And
that's true
Mike,
or not is...
like Mike Limbinski is like, stop playing with toys, guys. Okay, I'm going to take it further, guys. So check this out. We're going to go back to the filter. We're going to come back to the wish in just a second.
Oh, wait. Did
Now-
you see this comment? Zen, I don't know where this is coming from. It's just Kevin's made this comment. He said, Zen wants it. Mel even said, the problem is Arcade1up won't do it.
What?
Where did you hear that, though?
Now, I wonder if it's from that other podcast. What's it called? The pinball podcast?
Oh, their pinball podcast? I haven't watched that in a while.
No. It's the... I can't remember the name.
Oh, crap. Blockade.
Yeah, Blockade.
Those
Okay,
guys are
real
cool
quick.
dudes, by the way.
I just typed in Y for the filter, okay? I really
Okay.
want to know on the poll we just did where the people said, no, I don't want that. I don't want a Zen pinball that basically you can
Multicade.
download packs, like a
Multi-pinball,
multicade. Why not? Why not? Because there was the tons of people that said yes. And there's not really an interesting discussion there. Like, yeah, you totally want it. And if we
Maybe
asked, why do you
multicade
want
is
it?
the wrong, you know what? I think that's the wrong term because like multicade would typically be like an arcade machine with like thousands of games. I don't know what you'd call a pinball multicade. Like a pinball platform, I guess would be a better term than multicade. But you guys know
Deputy
what we
Van
mean.
Halen says, why? E3 Pizza Hut Pac-Man cap reveal. Actually, I think he's still in the that's why it won't happen. Because Pizza Hut Pac-Man cap reveal. That's actually a really fun sentence to say. Pizza Hut Pac-Man cap reveal.
I know it does sound has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Why Don says saving up for a real pinball.
Why? But I wait. Okay, I do want but I do want it.
Yeah, because I want to hack it instead. Oh, Mr. Hacker here.
Can I tell you something really quick, Justin? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that have the Attack from Mars, do this if you feel like you don't mind unscrewing things. Take off your lock bar, take off your side rails, and pull off your plexiglass. It's embarrassing how bad that plexiglass is. It was not that way on the Star Wars. It was not that. I've only seen the Star Wars. It's the only one I've seen. The Star Wars plexiglass wasn't like amazing, but I don't know what is up with the plexiglass on Attack from Mars. It was like, it's just some kind of like.
I wonder if
cheap
there's a sourcing issue and they had to make a tough decision, so they went with a cheaper one.
It's
or
weird, dude.
maybe because some of the delays they had to cheapen on the plexiglass.
Justin,
you
take it off. It's like you almost you're like, what the? You're like, this is it'd be. I don't even. Dude, it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing.
So
you know
let's see what they say. So hold on. Well, let's pause that thought for a second. He goes, 8-Bit Brian says, see, 8-Bit Brian is like Roundhouse Rudy, like 8-Bit Ryan. He says, I have concerns about Arcade1up quality of pinball. Brett's like, I already spent $1,200 on Star Wars and Attack from Mars. It's a good reason to say no right now. Because in Canada it'd cost way too much. I don't know. What do you think, Ralph?
What? What do you mean?
Let's see if Ralph can remember what he was talking about 2 seconds ago, or if his 80.
The plexiglass?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, pretty good, man.
I don't know.
Continue your thought.
All right. I actually forgot what the plexiglass. So, yeah, Justin, it's almost like it's the weirdest thing, and it made me feel like the screen was messed up. Because
Right.
if you looked at it,
You
at a
thought
certain
the problem
angle,
was the screen.
I thought for sure. I was like, oh my gosh, they totally jacked up the Attack from Mars screen. I was super bummed out. And then I kept moving my head on the plexi. I'm like, and Paul made a joke about it. Does it have scan lines? It looks like it has scan line. It's the weirdest thing. There's like lines. It's just, there's some kind of impurities in the plexiglass. So it's not like a full on clear plexiglass. It's got some weird, it's the weirdest thing because you take it off, and I'm not saying you take it off and it's like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever, but it significantly changes my perspective of the cabinet with it off. It's better with it off. So getting glass would be the right way to do it. And I guess that guy online's kind of killing it because he's charging, I think it's $60.
Oh, for the
for
upgrade?
the tempered glass, where you could totally go to a local glass shop and have it made, but tempered glass tends to be a lot more expensive, which I would highly recommend. It's tempered. You don't want to mess with non-tempered glass with anything that's arcade related at all, including pinballs.
Here's the problem you have right here. It would piss off the people that just bought the first gen pinballs.
You know, maybe I just want it to be something that it will never be, and I should probably like hang that idea up. But it just seems like, imagine, let's say another company came out with let's just be hypothetical here for a second. Let's just say another company came out with a pinball platform, and they let you buy into it for $800, right? You got a 32-inch screen, and let's just pretend that it was Zen stuff, or it was downloadable tables. So you had access to like Pinball Arcade, whatever. It was an online platform, but it used like Steam or something, right? But what if they sold you Like, I don't know why these companies can't think like this. What if they sold you upgrade kits? Like when you bought it, it doesn't have force feedback. There's no feedback at all. So you buy it and it's just it has an accelerometer for nudge. But hey, you want force feedback? We're gonna sell you like a board that you just slide in, you connect a couple cables, and now it has amazing force feedback. But it's expensive. But now you're getting more value around the platform because it's something you can expand on. So it's a modular, upgradable virtual pinball machine. I don't know why they wouldn't go that route. I think it doesn't fall into their business model, but why not think a bit outside of the box? Because AtGames is thinking that way. I just don't think they have the most amazing licenses. So there'll be people that will just buy the 1UP one because they're recognizable properties, right?
Yeah.
You look at, I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, I don't know. We know there's a lot of upcoming costs that are going to hit the market because of the cost of silicon, the cost of wood, and packaging, and all that. I wonder if they may be forced to do something like that. I think that's an interesting topic to talk about. The idea that it's possible that we may see a big change in the home arcade because of the aftermath of all the COVID problems that are starting to hit, or whatever I don't know exactly what the source problem is, but prices are skyrocketing. Will then people have to think outside the box? And one of those companies may come up with a genius plan to kind of like figure this out. Like what if the modular system that you described is the solution because they can ship it at a certain price and then you can pick and choose what upgrades you want and then you're paying more, but maybe those other parts are not as expensive to make.
I mean, think about it, dude, right? Like we already live in a DLC world. Right. I mean, there's no denying that people are bought in on DLC. Maybe some people may not like it, but with this, it's like if you maybe it's going to take another company to do it. Maybe it's going to take. So here's the one thing that we don't know. We don't know as consumers and us, like we're just consumers like you guys. We don't know if these are even successful. Like we see them pushing a lot of, we don't know the quantity. I know there's people that'll be like, I'm on I don't know why, but there's like everyone thinks that they are on these, whatever, those distribution sites where you can check the ports and whatever and check the counts. We still don't know. We don't know how much it costs them to build it, right? We don't know how much that thing costs. We can assume they're making some decent margins on those products.
$282.73. Go ahead.
But we don't know. Number. Like, is this are they in boardroom meetings being like, woohoo, high five? Like at AtGames, they're like, yeah, baby, ALP, baby, yeah. And they're at Arcade1up being like, yeah, we killed it, pinball. Like, we don't know if they're killing it. So, but if they are killing it, then I would think other companies might be taking notice and they're like, hey, maybe we should jump into this and build a multicade and talk to Zen Studios and Pinball Arcade or whatever, Farsight, and ask them if they'll just make a downloadable store and we can, and you don't really have to do anything.
What you're just saying is your Jong better be listening because you just gave his roadmap for the iiRcade pinball machine, right?
I mean, he's the one that already built the store. If he could figure it out, maybe he's the guy to do it. Like maybe he's the one that goes, screw it. I'll follow the same methodology and I'll let him download stuff, Yeah,
well, let's see what other people want to say. I've seen this a few times.
Ralph could have avoided all this with that NADS kick. Yeah, I think Stringer was saying I could pay him $700 instead of buying an AtGames Legend pinball to kick me in the balls. That was his fix for it. Okay.
So real quick, skee ball, yes or no? Do you think they'll do something like that, Ralph?
Dude, can you imagine a skee ball made of Arcade1up wood? Like, it's like, you imagine a little kid going up to it, throwing the ball at it. Like, the whole thing would just fall apart. Like, I don't see them being able to pull that off. No way.
Okay, NFL Blitz.
No way.
Yeah.
That's an ice. You got to go with a company like Ice to get a good at-home skee ball kind of thing.
I think NFL Blitz would be, I think that's down the line. Donkey Kong.
I think that's down the line, too.
Donkey Kong, Popeye, that would be cool. I think they're moving their way towards it.
Real quick, we just got a slew of super chats that just came in.
Okay.
Technobilly says, go check out Technobilly's channel, by the way. He says, I see premium product lines coming to both sell us an upgrade and somewhat cover up the increasing manufacturing costs. Premium softens the blow. See, maybe what you said, Justin, and what Technobilly is saying, they're going to be forced to change the business model. That's a good, and I think that even though that's not what they wanted to do, It might actually be a good
choice.
thing for them. It might be a good thing for them, and they might not have choice. Paul, and thank you for the super chat. And Paul, big super chat, $10 super chat, and he says, Justin, read Lewis's predictions. So I don't know where those are, but
He
I guess we
said
gotta do
NFL Blitz will never happen.
So you guys do know there was a, I think there was a Zohar one we missed. I think that was back here somewhere. Let's see. I'll grab it really quick. Do you want to do it since you do Zohar?
He
voice?
said, you guys, let's not take any of this information and post it on the global fan page. The reason is they will take that information and they'll run with it. They'll love it. They will share it with Arcade1up.
Reading it. That's not
They
what he
will
said.
they will do everything they can to make the product better. Just do it because it'll be awesome. That's what he said.
Are you reading the same
Verbatim.
chat as me?
No, verbatim.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks for the super chat,
read it
Zohar.
verbatim.
I feel like I saw a different super chat, but okay.
I read it verbatim.
Okay. What do we got else here?
We got this. Other people wish they would come out with a 720. Other people wish they would come out with an
okay.
Area 51, Simpsons, House of the Dead, Time Crisis, and T2. Dude, T2?
I got to tell you something about T2. I'm going to be completely honest about T2. Okay. Not that I'm not. I shouldn't say that.
I
'Cause when you say
swear,
that,
I'm
people
like,
think you're
this is how the show works. Oh, T2. Let me talk for 10 minutes about T2.
Nope. 2 seconds. T2 is a great game. It's a very, very hard game. And if you bought a cabinet,
Start a timer.
but T2 in your game room, I guarantee you're not going to play it nearly as much as you thought. But
Are you saying you regret the arcade I bought you?
No. I love it. And I play it sometimes. I don't play it that much, but it's one of those things where it's really hard to play it by yourself. Like you have to play it with someone else. So being a loser who has no friends, you tend to just, yeah, anyway.
I think that's all arcade machines, by the way.
It's just some are iconic to look at, and T2 is one of my favorite all-time action movies. So for me, I'd buy it just to look at it. Even if I never played it, I'd buy it just to look at it. It's super iconic. I loved it.
So I've never heard of this game. Dominic says they should do Cruisin' Guitar Hero. Cruisin' Guitar Hero. You drive around in a car
I don't think that's what
playing
you
Guitar Hero.
That would be an interesting take on it. That's one game that I don't
See,
think it's a mashup.
Tony M
game.
agrees with me. Star Wars Trilogy by Sega.
Yeah, see, no Money Ranger knows what I'm talking about. That's a really cute thumbnail, by the way. It says T2 truck stage is the worst. It is. When the helicopter's going in, dude, that stage sucks so bad. And the truck, oh, you're talking about the truck. The truck stage, that's actually at the beginning of the first stage. Oh, wait, or is that the second?
Let me see if I can
think it's
get
the first.
Ralph round up again.
Okay, sorry.
Afterburner.
What do I think about that?
Yeah. He's like, let me talk about Afterburner for about 10 minutes.
Unique controls. Right?
Likes that.
What do you pair with it? You could put Afterburner and Afterburner 2 could work on a cabinet, actually. Those two games aren't that graphically different, so you could do that.
AVP
You
Cab.
could do that. What?
AVP Cab from Natalie.
It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's Konami, right? I think Konami is AVP is Capcom, right? I always forget that game. I think it's Capcom.
Robotron from the dad Dan. Robotron, go.
That'd be awesome. Unique controls. I think there's you know what they could do? What do you think about this, Justin? What if they created an Arcade1up Classics line that was focused on the 80s hits, like the popular 80s hits, direct to consumer, like, because there are people that would just buy those, I think. If someone said, I'll give you just a Robotron 2084, and that's the only game it plays, but it looks exactly like a Robotron 84, they would sell that.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
I wonder if that's the answer. They're like,
make like a classic Williams legacy line, and you pick the game you want. Like, you're only getting that game though, but it's going to look good. Like, we're going to make it look good with the exact controls.
okay,
That would sell, I think.
Here's the deal. Let's figure this out. Ralph just proposed the idea of Arcade1up releasing, and I still got to fix this
But
thing.
Justin, you know what we need to talk about really fast? don't you think we need? I feel like we have built a community of complete maniacs. Like everyone here that watches our show is insane because they want to buy every single one.
Hold on. If you would buy a cabinet that only has one game, but it's one of those classics, one near and dear to you, only has one game, but it's a replica.
Yeah, replica.
Like that's their deal. And they call it
Replica.
classic. And it's priced just like a normal Arcade1up. Hit one in the chat right now. So give an example of a game that would be like that, Ralph.
Okay, you'd have Robotron, you'd have Joust, you'd have a Defender.
And each one of those perfectly
It's the unique
replica,
controls, perfect
and the
replica.
controls are exact to the original.
Yep, exact.
Now it's going to be slightly smaller, right? Because the whole control panel will go in a little bit, but should be fine, right?
Yep, you'd have Sinistar. Imagine a Sinistar. You know what you could do? This would be epic. You get Joust, and I don't know who owns the Joust 2 ROM, but the Joust 2 was like very limited release because Joust 2 came out when like the arcade crash happened. So Joust 2 is not, it's a very hard game to get, very rare. So imagine if they could pair Joust 2 with it. Now, the whole point of this, the thing I need to preface this with is, guys, you can't possibly buy all of these. This is going to be geared to the person that's like, I really wish, I've always wanted, I love Sinistar, it was my favorite game, or I love Robotron 2084, and I just want to put one in my man cave. I'm not buying the whole lineup. I'm not filling my room with them. I just really want those. Now, everyone here, you guys are crazy, so you'll buy them
with the working
anyway.
coin door.
Well, that's going to be hard, but okay. Well, since we're dreaming,
You don't have other games, right? Well, let's see what people think of that.
So people are saying they would want that?
I mean, we're talking like, I don't know how many people we're talking about. 20 people have said they would do it. You know, there's like 45 people that have joined the 0 and 1 club. Hit 1 if you want to join the 0 and 1 club. Hit 0 if you want to join the 0 and 1 club, and we'll see these dials
I'm
move.
not really
and everyone,
sure why.
keep in mind, you may want to revote because if you typed in anything else other than 0-1, it's not counted. Your message has to include only that number.
I'm not sure why Dan is asking me if pot is legal in Arizona, but it is.
Because he thinks you're high. He's like,
I'm not
high.
smoking it, so. Oh, wait, hold on. We got there's like some feedback. So Jamie says, Retro Ralph, Robotron, yes. Defender Stargate, yes. Joust, nah. Paperboy, yes. Dude, that's true. You give someone a Paperboy. Now, I'm thinking, like, not normal Arcade1up style. Like, these are, like, trying to be true. Now, they already use the term legacy. These are trying to be very true to the original. So you're paying extra for that one game Paperboy, but you're getting, like, killer controls. Like, you're getting something. They should really pair up with Glenn. Like, honestly, it makes so much sense to pair up with Glenn and be like, Glenn, make us an arcade quality, handlebars, and then make that, but be true to it. Call it premium. I think if you did that, people would buy it.
Yeah. So type in
I really
Paperboy
do.
and then what you think about Paperboy, everyone. Let's get some feedback about if Ralph is right. I think maybe he's a little nuts and crazy. I see no appeal to Paperboy, but or I'm just
Kevin, I don't know if Kevin's joking or not. He's like, thank you for the super chat. He says, I wish for $1 million so I can buy just any original arcade. Well, yeah, that's the if I could do that, that's what I would do. But dude, I didn't tell you. I today got a Tempest that's coming tomorrow. A real Tempest.
a real Tempest.
Not
a legacy Tempest.
The spinner's been rebuilt.
Okay,
hold on. A real Tempest
so
machine.
it's got an LCD in it, right?
Nope.
Oh wait, it has the CRT in it.
It's got the Vector Graphics original monitor in it. Nope.
I want you to do a review live on Retro Ralph Live.
I will. I got it for $900. That is a smoking deal for a original Tempest. It has the only thing it has wrong with it is a small little quarter of the left side where the control panel has a little I got to Bondo a little piece and just paint a little bit of white, and that's it. Like, super easy to fix, but it is pristine otherwise. I am so stoked on it. It's not even funny. So
I do want to tell you about our sponsor today. I don't know if we talked about it. This video is sponsored by Retro Ralph Live, a brand new YouTube channel here on YouTube. It's not Retro Ralph, it's Retro Ralph Live. You know what the difference is? It's live. And his other one, is dead. Ooh, it's not his original channel. It's his dead channel. Ooh.
What do you mean? No, the original channel's still good.
No, because you have Retro Ralph Live, because that's the one that's live.
Yeah,
and
but
your other channel
not alive. Yeah. Not alive. It's no. Oh boy. Okay, Justin. That was not that funny of a joke, but I'm sure somebody laughed.
Oh, so I plug you all day long and you're happy. The moment I make one tiny little joke, he's like,
I appreciate it.
All right, and we can get you to 1,000 right now. Everybody in the chat, come on, give my boy. You know, I've been waiting for you to hit 1,000 for a really long time. You know,
you think they can actually? Let's see if that's possible. So assuming that everyone here isn't, we're at 879. I'm at 879 right now.
Whoa,
it is technically possible.
Dude, if you'll get there one day, you can do it.
It is technically possible.
See, what's wrong with your channel, Ralph, is I go search for Retro Ralph Live, and all I find is your old channel.
It's because if you search for Retro Ralph Live as one word, it comes up. I should have spaced it out.
Retro Ralph Live,
it will come
one
up.
Word. That's pretty dumb.
So I need
Retro Ralph Live, one
more.
word. If you don't know, here, check it. Let's see if we can do it live. You ready for this? You ready for this, Ralph?
What?
We're gonna continue to talk about Arcade1up predictions, but we're gonna take a quick moment here. Right here, buddy. We're at 879.
It's actually it's 880 according to my dashboard.
Yeah. Right here in the chat, who here is not yet subscribed to Retro Ralph Live? And watch this. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. We're gonna see a whole bunch of people leave the show. But it's okay. The reason why they're leaving the show is they're clicking on it and then subbing real quick. And then coming right back to be like, I totally subbed. And then there you go, man.
Well, I just got 2 more. So
boom.
People
See?
That's pretty cool. Oh, I got another one.
It's working.
Pretty cool. It is work. Why didn't I think of this before?
Dude, we just jumped like 7 subscribers.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Why weren't you guys subscribed? What the heck?
Because they didn't know. They didn't know you had a channel called Retro Ralph Live. They kept on searching for Retro Ralph Live, and it took them to Retro Ralph, and they're like, I already subbed to that.
I will say this. If you subscribed in the past...
Dude, 891. We're going to get to 900 right now.
That would be really cool. That would be really awesome. And I'd be very, very grateful.
892. It's growing, dude.
That's pretty freaking awesome. Okay. But while we're saying that, that's really cool, by the way.
He's like, fine, I'll sub.
So if you subscribed before, here's a wicked bummer.
Kevin's like, he didn't know about it.
Oh, he didn't know about it? Really? Oh my gosh. So I've been advertising it to the point I feel like I'm exhausted. Like I feel like I'm pissing people off. So that's why I've been kind of, oh my gosh, it's 898.
Yeah, see? The reason why they're not subscribed is they come here for me.
890. If I could get to 9, they're 2 more away from 900. That's crazy.
Let's see.
Everyone here is obviously subscribed to you, right?
No.
Like you have people that are here must subscribe to us.
But dude, I don't want to flex, dude. I got like 6,000 subscribers. That's like 10 times more than you. I mean, look at my channel. It's so freaking healthy.
I know.
It's like 10 times as much as your channel. It's twice as much as this one. I don't want to flex, dude.
I know. Don't flex. Holy crap, it's 906.
Dude.
Wow, thank you. That's awesome. I unsubbed just so I could be number 900.
Oh, we do have to mention real quick, those that are in the chat that may not know about this, you may have to unsubscribe from Retro Ralph Live and resubscribe.
Okay, wait, hold on.
This is true.
The people. So originally when I set up the channel, it somehow got tagged as a kids channel, so you can't turn on notifications.
Yeah, I'll show you right now. Check it out. Right here. It won't. Content is made for kids. If you go hit the bell, because you got to hit the bell for Retro Ralph Live, because it goes live. The entire channel is about going live. And you hit it, and see? Right there. It just keeps on saying content is for kids. This is what you do. You unsubscribe, and then you leave the channel. No, I'm kidding. Then you resubscribe, and then you hit the bell. Boom, the bell works.
Yeah. So guys, I contacted YouTube about this. I don't know why, but when I created it, it somehow got tagged as kids. So anyone that had subscribed while it was tagged for kids can't turn on notifications, and anyone new could. So if for some reason your bell has that, you just have to unsubscribe, resubscribe, and turn on notifications.
Dude,
I know it's annoying.
Dude, I think we could get you to 1,000 right now. Let's just keep streaming all night.
No,
Dude,
I just appreciate.
I tell you what I'll do. We can. I'm gonna edit this stream and I'm gonna make us go live on Retro Ralph Live right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Boom! I just did it.
No, you didn't.
Everyone, go over to Retro Ralph Live. We are now live on Retro. Hey guys, welcome back. We are now live on Retro Ralph Live, and this video has now turned
did
into
you really do that?
Yeah, I did. A subscriber driver, and we're here. Come over, leave One Up Weekly, and come over to Retro Ralph Live because we are here live now on Retro Ralph Live. I'm about to end this show. I'm sorry, dude. I probably shouldn't have done this. I just pressed a button. I didn't know if it'd work, and I think it did
work. I'm looking at it right now. It actually worked.
Dude, so I'm gonna end the stream on One Up Weekly because we're done. I'm really sorry I didn't mean to do this without your permission, but the button worked. So
That's awesome.
I didn't know you could we could just do that.
So wait, does this mean that someone joining will have a 2-minute show? Will it show them the whole show, or will it just show them the part we just did?
Yeah. They're now watching.
That's weird.
Everything that's happening now is happening now. Now I'm afraid because there's this button where I can remove this destination from the broadcast, which I think will end the One Up Weekly show. But then we'll continue on to Retro Ralph Live. You want to try it?
Work. Let's just try it.
Okay, everyone come over to Retro Ralph Live.